So the topic I am going to cover is definition, what is stock and all those things, and array representation of the stock, and stock as ADT. Okay, abstract data type. What is abstract data type and all we are going to learn today. The application of stock. Okay, these are the topic I am going to cover. Okay. First, come to the definition. Stock is a linear data structure. Okay, because this is in linear fashion, so you can see a linear. We are going to store data in linear fashion. So it is a linear data structure in which the insertion and deletion operations are performed at the only one end. So we call it as a top here. See, you can see this position top, and we are inserting as well as we are deleting, doing at the same end. Okay, top. Okay, that is the reference point is the top. Always we are inserting and deleting at the same end. In stock, adding and removing of elements are performed at a single position, which is known as stock. Okay, that where we are going to delete that point or insert, we call it as that is the stock. A new element is added at the top, and the stock and elements is removed from the top of the stock. That we can see here. And one more main thing here, the LIFO principle. Okay, it will work in the principle of LIFO. What is LIFO? Last in, first out principle.
Last in, first out.
Okay, okay. So for example, you can see here, just we are loaded 10, 45, 12, 16 and 35 to the stock. Okay, 10, first element is 10, 45, 12, 16, 35 and 50. We are loaded the many elements. Then 10, which element we inserted at the last? That is 50. 50 we inserted here. Then 10 becomes the bottommost element. The first element which we inserted, that will be the bottommost, and 50 is the topmost element. The stock shown in the image below. Okay, below this image you can see the how we are inserted. Okay, one by one. Okay, this order we are followed. When we are followed this order, we are going to get this way of picture, and top will always pointing to the last inserted element. Okay, top is a pointer, just a pointing to one element. That's all. Okay, it is not actual store the address. Here we are using the position. The position values it stores. So we can use a normal variable, not a pointer variable. Okay, some of the operations you need to see here. The operation on the stock, the push operation we can perform to insert an element on the stock. We call it as, usually insertion operation in the stock, we call it as push operation. Okay, okay, that is one speciality about this stock. Okay, we are specifying name in different manner. The push operation, pop operation, deleting the element. Okay, we are not call it as a deleting, we call it as pop. And to do these two functions, we need two more functions. That is empty. We need to check whether your stock, your list is empty or not. For that, we call it as empty function. Okay, that is also needed here. Next one is full. Okay, because when we declare array, obviously that will be have some limit. If you declare array, it will be having some limit. Okay, 10, 100 or 1000, any number. Okay, what is the number you are going to define during definition? That limit will be there. If that limit exceeds, then we cannot store the data. So we need to check the fullness of the stock, whether it is full or whether it is empty. These two functions will have the prominent role in stock. And finally display. Okay, display is also one more function. These are the main basic functions we are going to use in the stock data structure. Array, how we are going to represent stock in the array? Okay, that we can see here. This is array. Array will start from index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can see, right? Here we can see very clearly. And some of the elements are inserted. The topmost element will have the reference of top. The top will be have the reference. And we have the size. Here size, I am assumed 5. Okay, you can put 5 or 6 or whatever you want. Here 5 elements we can store, maximum of always stock will grow in this direction. In this direction you can see, I believe all of you can see. I will erase it so that you can see. Okay, stock grows in this direction. Okay, stock grows in this direction. You can see here, and indexes 0 to 4, totally 5 items. And this is array. Array we are going to declare. Array it is very simple. Okay, easily we can implement by using array. And by extra pointers we need to have a top pointer. Okay, this implementation is very simple. And array always have the fixed number of length. Okay, 10, 100. If you declare 100, it is 100. If you declare 1000, it is 1000. Okay, this is depending how many you declare during the declaration phase. Okay, that is the capacity of your array always. Define one-dimensional array of specific size and insert or delete the value into the array by using LIFO principle with the help of variable called top. Okay, top. Okay, you know what is the importance of top variable? Yeah, I already explained. Initially, the top is set to -1. Okay, when we are using array as your stock data structure, initially, okay, there is no element. Then we need to initialize top by -1 because it indicates your stock is empty. Whenever we want to insert a value into the stock, increment the top value by 1 and then insert it. Just imagine, just if you want to insert, obviously you need to check whether your stock is full or not. Okay, first you need to check the condition full. If it is full, we cannot insert one more item. If it is enough space, then you need to increment your top by 1 and you need to insert it. Whenever we want to delete a value from the stock, then delete the top value and increment the top value by 1. That is what the same way. Whenever we want to delete, we need to decrement the element, top element by 1, and we need to get the position of the top. The process of inserting. Okay, there is a two process here mainly have the prominent role. One is the push operation, and the other one is pop operation. Okay, we need to know what is push operation. What happens if you do the push operation? The process of inserting an element into the stack is known as push operation. Obviously, this is insertion operation in the stock. Push, we call it as a push. In order to insert an element into the stack, first we have to check whether free space is available or not. Okay, obviously we are going to use is full by using a fullness of the stack by using is full function. If stack is full, then we cannot insert an element into the stack. If value is top variable is greater than the equal size -1. What is size -1? Is a capacity. It's a capacity of the array. The capacity of the array is matching, then it is not possible to insert. Okay, because the maximum allocated spaces are occupied. You cannot have any more space. Then you cannot insert. That is what the top variable. The top variable always compared with the maximum size minus one, because array will start from 0 to 5 location, 0 to 4 it will come. So that the same manner, size minus 1, then only we call it as it is a full. This condition is known as overflow. We call it as overflow condition. This is also very important or prominent role, overflow and underflow. The stock is not overflow, then we can insert the element into the stock. First, we have to increment the value of the variable top by 1 and then insert an element into the stock. Okay, these are the operation we need to perform when we are doing the push operation. Okay, it's quite simple. When we are telling in words, it will be a bigger, but procedurally it is very smaller. You can see very small procedure we can have here. Very small procedure. Step 1, if check the top. The top is greater than or equal to size minus 1. Okay, checking the fullness. Okay, if it is full, just send the message. Stock is overflow. Okay, we don't have space. Okay, overflow, nothing but we don't have space. Step 2, we are incrementing the top element. Okay, top is equal to top plus 1. Just incrementing top pointer. And step 3, stock top. The top we are going to put the value. X here is a data. What data you are going to put into the stock, that will be put here. It's very simple. Next operation is a pop operation. Here the deleting process, we call it as a pop operation. Deleting, we are deleting element from the stock, we call it as pop operation. When we are deleting, we need to check for empty condition. That is empty condition. The stock should not have empty to delete any element. For example, if stock is not having any element, if you try to delete, so it will grows in negative side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, it will grows like that. So to avoid that one, we are going to check whether this one is empty or not. If stock is empty, we call it as that condition as underflow. If stock is empty, then we call it as that is underflow condition. If the top pointer is minus 1, okay, when stock is empty, obviously stock pointer is minus 1, then stock is empty. So we cannot delete an element from the stock. Okay, that is not possible here. Once the underflow condition is matched with top, it is not possible. If stock is underflow, then we cannot delete the topmost element from the stock. After deleting topmost element from the stock, we have to decrement the value. Decrement the value. Top by 1. Okay, so top we need to decrement. See, because one element is deleted, so it obviously reduces 1, so that it can point to the next topmost element in the stock. Here also very simple logic we are going to procedure we are going to write for that. Step 1, if top is equal to minus 1, okay, the minus 1 indicate initially we put the minus 1, we stored minus 1. If indicate that minus 1 is empty condition. Right, stock is underflow. Okay, we are sending the message. Okay, there is no element in the stock, so we cannot delete. Okay, it's very simple statement we are using. Stock is underflow. Return stock. Step 2, because we need to see which element we are going to delete. Okay, so we are going to return that value to the stock. Step 3, decrement top element. This is what we are going to do it. Here, many terms will come: underflow, overflow, emptiness, and fullness. All those things will come. Okay, so this is what a push operation. Next, one more operation we need to learn: display operation. Here, simple. Just displaying the what are the elements available in the list. Okay. Step 1, check whether stack is empty. We need, it is necessary that we need to check whether stack is empty or not. How to check the stack is empty? By using top pointer. If you check, if it is -1, it is empty. So if it is not -1, it is not empty. Okay, obviously that is the thing. We are going to check top value. If top is -1, then just send the display or write whatever you do. Just display it is your stack is empty. And terminate the function. Okay, we need to terminate, otherwise it is a waste. Step 3, if it is not empty, then define the variable I. Okay, I want to get the reference from where to from where. How many elements are there? Usually, the I will be initialized to the 0 at beginning, the first element, and the top element will hold the last element. I is the first element, top is the last element, and run the loop so that display all the elements available, and decrement I. Decrement I. Okay, can decrement I so that each element value we can print. Print the until unless I become 0. Okay, so because top element will have effect. To avoid that one, we can use I as sorry, here it is mistake. We have some mistakes here. Okay, so this is not I plus plus, it is I minus, sorry, I plus plus, not I minus. Top is the last element and I is the first element. Increment I and each repeat until unless I matches the top. Then it will display the element. It's simple. Again, it is a simple. I believe all of you are getting it. Now it is very important concept here. Stack as ADT. Before going to know stack as ADT, we must know what is ADT. ADT is an abstract data type. What is abstract data type? Data, some user-defined data. Okay, I am using a user-defined data. Those data having some of the operations. Those operations are not visible. Those operations are not visible. Just when we require some operations, we just call that function and we are going to use it. The complete pack. A data type, user-defined data type, and we are putting a lot of functions and we are using those functions when it's required. We are not worrying about how that operations are performed. Instead of, we are just using and we are calling that function and we are using that one. For example, printf. We can get the printf. Okay, it is not data, but okay, I am not talking about in terms of data. You can see the printf. If we use printf, that will just print the value, but we don't know how this will print the value, right? Okay, in the same manner, here also, if you want to push, just use the push operation. If you want to delete, just use the pop operation. We not necessary to worry about how this push and pop operation will perform. Okay, that is what ADT. Because we can also create our stack as ADT. So we call it as, that is ADT. Okay, stack is an abstract data type commonly used in most programming languages. The stack ADT allows data operation at one end only at any given time. We can only access the top element of the stack. This feature makes it LIFO data structure. LIFO stands for last in, first out. See here, we can have data structure will be there, and public functions. We are writing many public functions. We are writing private functions, and the application program uses through the interface. That is what abstract data type. Abstract data type will be available, and private function and public function and data structure. These operations are performed by the application program. These entire things are hidden inside. Okay, inside abstract. Hiding means it's abstract. Okay, so that we call it as editing. The definition of editing only mentions what operations are to be performed, but not how these operations will be implemented. It does not specify how data will be organized in the memory and what algorithm will be used for implementing the operation. It is called abstract. Okay, abstract. Because it gives an implementation independent view. The process of providing only the essential and hidden features and detail is known as abstraction. Okay. Okay, now come to the application part of it. It is very much useful. Okay, almost all the work in the computer will carried out by using a stack data structure only. It is looking simple, but it is a very useful data structure in everywhere. Expression evaluation. Okay, many times we'll see the expressions a plus b. Okay, we are writing a programming code a plus b something a divided by a lengthier expressions that can be evaluated easily by using this stack. Okay, we are going to learn all those things in later classes. Here, okay, this is one of the prominent application of stack. Expression evaluation, expression conversion. There is a many types of expressions: infix, postfix, and prefix. Okay, these are the different types of expressions we are using. Okay, these expressions can be converted from one type of expression to other type. That is possible by using expression conversion. Syntax parsing. Okay, for example, many programming language require a different type of rules. For example, int a. Okay, you are declaring int value or int variable by using int keyword. Parsing in the sense whether you are used in proper order, whether you use semicolon at the end. Okay, all those things will be checked by a parsing process. In all program, when it is compiling, it uses parsing process. That process, syntax parsing, we are going to mainly use this stack only. Okay, and backtracking. If some problem, some maze problem, okay, rather I call some problem, I call it as a maze problem, okay, difficult problems, or some solution having the many solutions, some problem having many solutions, such a problems, are difficult problems, they're complex, too complex problems. So we arrive at some error, okay, some the output, but that output is not matching. I want to know the beginning again, to go the beginning, and again we take the different path. If that is possible by using a backtracking. Okay, backtracking will make that how we came till here, that will be going back to the beginning to choose a different path for finding out a different solution. Okay, that is the main goal here. For that process also, it is very helpful when we use a stack. A parenthesis checking. Okay, you all know many times you people did mistakes in writing program, and the parenthesis, whether it is open and close. You people may miss the parenthesis, but if you check that in the start, you cannot miss that parenthesis. It will exactly matches the parenthesis what we require. Okay, that is also one of the major application. String reversal. You know, because insertion and deletion, if you insert all the string into the stuff, and if you pop all the character from the stuff, automatically it will be in the reverse order. So it is very easy to check a string reversal by using a stop. Function call, this is also one of the major application of stop. So each function, if 10 functions are called, the order will be memorized or remembered by using a stop. Okay, so these are the some of the very little examples, but we have many applications like this. Okay, this is very